Hola, Timothy Phoenix here, and today I'm going to do a book review with you. I'm at my local park. It's beautiful, it's summertime, and I'm going to tell you about a book that I've read recently which could change your life, especially if you've got anxiety or depression and really any kind of struggling that you've got going on in your life. I think it's something that can be really beneficial for you. So the book is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. You might have heard of this guy. He, I suppose, is a spiritual leader, I guess, or an authority figure anyway in the field. And yeah, he really is known for teachings on mindfulness and how to keep your mind in the present. There's a little bit about him. He basically went through a period of serious depression and anxiety right through his 20s, and had a bit of an awakening, an epiphany, and almost pretty much overnight I think it happened for him, and it changed his life, and he was pretty much instantly cured of all his anxiety and all his depression, and went on to become I think he's a psychologist, and teach and help other people to get through their own issues in life, not just mental health issues, but any kind of struggle that they have. And the basic teaching is that in order to overcome any suffering that you have in your life, no matter what it is, it all stems from the same place, and that is that we don't live in the present moment. In other words, our minds and our thoughts and our identity is always connecting with the past in a negative way, or in the future in a negative way. So we're either really worried about the future, anxious about the future, or we're depressed about the past, and we're carrying around baggage from things that have happened in our lives, experiences, people, etc. And that is what holds us back from discovering our true nature. And that's the second, I suppose, part of his teachings and what you read about in The Power of Now, which is that our suffering stems from the fact that we're not connected to who we truly are. And that's where the really spiritual aspects of his teachings come through. And if you're new to it, it's probably going to blow your mind. And for some of you, it will be something that you've not had explained to you in this way before. And it might take a while to perhaps get your head around it. But this book it's short. It's only 100 pages. And you can read it relatively quickly, but there's so much going on in there that you're going to need to stop every now and then and have a little think about what he's saying. But it's nicely done because it's set up in a Q&A fashion. So he's had basically questions down the years from his patients, his psychology class. I think he's a psychologist. And all those questions he's basically collated into this, and so as you go along, it's really easy. Any questions that you have will almost certainly come up in the book itself, and you'll be able to have those answered pretty much instantly. So it's a nice easy read in that respect. In another respect, it's quite difficult, I think, for a lot of people it will be anyway, to get your head around some of the concepts such as the ego and what it really means, and the kind of the negative aspect of the ego, and how our mind and our thoughts are not really us. That is our ego speaking, okay? And our thoughts and our mind is not who we truly are. Who are we really? Well, you're going to have to read it. I don't want to spoil it for you too much, but you'll learn a lot about yourself and who you really are as a person, and why we're cut off situation, it's all about the thoughts and beliefs that you have spinning around in your head day to day, mostly lingering on the past and mostly worried about the future and not being in the present. Because in the present moment, one of the concepts in the book that you learn about is time, and that there is no such thing as time actually. It's a social construct built by humans. There is no time. There's only what happens right in the present moment, the now. That's in the title of the book. And once you grasp that, that will really change things for you. And you'll understand that in the now, the vast majority of the time, 99.9% of the time, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, you're okay, you're good. Okay, it's only when you start to think in terms of negative thoughts, processes and cycles and beliefs that aren't really who you are, that you find yourself in a bad situation, a negative situation. It's those emotions that crop up from those thoughts and feelings that are what are making you anxious or depressed, or whatever negative thoughts, whatever bad situation you have in your life. It's almost always down to that. Okay, it's down to those thoughts and those belief patterns. And even for me, coming to this book, it's really made a big difference in my life. And I already understood these concepts that were being taught. I'd heard them around, but you've probably seen Eckhart Tolle quotes all over social media. He's one of those guys who is quoted a lot. I hadn't ever delved into it, but 3 people recommended this book to me in 1 week, and that, to me, that is a sign from the universe. So I took it on, I've had a read, and it has, although I understood the concepts, they still made a huge difference to me because I wasn't practicing them. And with me, during my kind of self-development over the past year and a half, my spiritual awakening that has really changed my life, I'd come to terms with my past, and I'd kind of been able to put that behind me, and that's made a big difference for me. But I think I've realised that I'm still too focused on the future, worried about it, and all my energy is going to trying to change my current situation. I must, it's got to work, got to change this, got to get out of this situation, got to make things better this way. And you forget about the now, you forget about the present. Even if my present situation, it's not where I want to be, it's not where I'm happy, but I've still got to make the most of it, I've still got to accept it and then move on. And this book has really helped me to realise that, to ground me and to start understanding that it's all about the now, there is no future. Get the present moment right, feel good in the present moment as best as you can. It makes a huge difference. And to me, it's really calmed me down, and it's stopped me kind of yo-yoing up and down and stopped those negative thoughts and worries, and I feel much better for it. If you have anxiety or depression, this is a must read. You have to read this. This is so crucial. It's free, it's available on the public domain, you can download it for free online, anyone can get it now. It's probably one of the best 3 books I have ever read, one of the 3 most important, I'd say, also along with Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. That was the book that really changed everything for me. Probably Bruce Lipton's The Biology of Belief. This is in those 3, so definitely you've got to get this. There's no excuses, it's free, just go and download it. And it's a life-changing book. It can definitely do that for you. Some of you that read this, you might feel as though you might even get a little bit angry by a few of the things that he's saying, and he explains why you might be angry, which is good. But it's partly because you might think that there's a blame being apportioned to you, because he's basically saying that the power lies within you, and all the problems that you have are creations of your own, or at least your mind or your ego is creating them. And people might get a little bit defensive about that, but the fact is there's no blame being apportioned for any problems that you've got in your life. It's just that most people are not conscious of the fact that they can do something about it, that they have a greater power within them, but also that their mind and their thoughts are not really them. So you can't really apportion blame to yourself if you don't understand that. And that's really what he's trying to say in this book. And it goes along with a lot of basically what I've been saying on my own blog, which is that you can change your life yourself if you know how, if you understand how. The resources are out there, but the power totally lies within you, and only you and you alone can change your life. And this book really backs everything up that I've been saying. And you know, I'm not a religious person in any way, stretch or form. The big spiritual aspect of this, but I'm not at all religious. There are quotes, a lot of quotes from Buddha and Jesus in there, but you have to remember that religion sprang up based on those teachings, but they didn't set out to start a religion. They were just teaching you knowledge and wisdom that they had, that has always been known and passed down through the ages and has been forgotten by most people. And this is resurfacing again now, and you're seeing it, and books like this reinforce that but basically what Jesus or Buddha was saying is exactly the same as what Eckhart Tolle is saying, and similar to what I've been saying, which is power lies within us as humans. We have that power, and if we have that knowledge of that power, that's when we can change our lives. And this book will give you that knowledge, can give you that power, and you can start to make changes in your own life. You can get rid of anxiety and depression, because it's all based on thoughts. It's all based on thoughts which aren't really you. So you can't be blamed for this, but you just got to understand how to control those thoughts. And this book will help you. And there is practical advice in there on what you can do to overcome anxiety and depression. Don't forget, this guy had it for right through his 20s and overcame it just like that. Okay, I'm not saying that's going to be easy for you, you know, but it can happen quickly. But the important thing is that it can happen at all, and you've got to believe that and know that. Read this book, the answers are there, everything you need is there, and yeah, there's no excuses because it's free. That's all for me now anyway. I'll be back soon. I've been off the blog a little bit lately, not done that much writing. I've been involved in other projects, exciting things are happening, so I hope to write about them soon. But till then, hasta luego.